After escaping a controlling husband, I ran straight into the arms of a man who worked me into pre-eclampsia. This is the story of me and my ex, Pitt. He threw me out simply because I said I wanted to work and earn my own money. A month later, I met Donald, who swept me off my feet. Looking back now, I think I made a mistake by rushing into the arms of the next available man without taking time to heal. If I had taken time to heal, I would have had enough time to think about what I truly deserve. You might be wondering what attracted me to them in the first place. For starters, both men were very handsome. I like my men handsome, but the real attraction was that Donald was completely different from Pitt in every way. According to Pitt, a woman is supposed to stay at home and be taken care of by her man. All she needs to do is be a submissive wife. For Pitt, submissiveness meant cleaning after him. So Pitt made me stay at home to cook and clean all year round, despite my qualifications as a certified accountant. Donald, on the other hand, said, a woman should be allowed to work and earn her own money, especially if she wants to support the home. That was exactly what I needed to hear after Pitt threw me out of his house simply because I was tired of being idle at home and wanted to earn my own money. Without hesitation, I ran into Donald's arms without considering whether he had other qualities I would want in a man. I got a job at an accounting firm. I worked like a dog. In fact, I worked 3 jobs, even while pregnant. I worked so hard because Donald did not want to work. I worked to the point that I started looking twice my age. And did I mention that Donald was living la vida loca on my money? His perfumes and clothes were all designer brands. He loved eating at fancy restaurants, so I worked like a dog to satisfy his appetite. The things we do for love. My blood pressure started rising, yet I didn't stop. I had to provide for my baby, for myself, and for Donald. The doctor recommended bed rest after I developed pre-eclampsia. Donald would not hear of it. You have to work. Do not be lazy. I married you because I thought you were hardworking. That was when I realized something. Donald had left his previous partners once they got tired of providing for him. The only thing that attracted him to me was my ability to work hard and provide for him. I also realized that I had failed to consider the other qualities I always wanted in a man. Qualities like being hardworking, kind, and generous. Donald had never even bought me a stick of chewing gum. I judged him only based on what had broken my first marriage, the lack of freedom to work. I felt pity for myself, and I realized that my marriage to Donald was toxic and could lead me to an early grave. If I ever get into another relationship in the future, I will make sure the man has all the qualities I want, not just the one quality that was missing in my previous relationship. Here are some of the strongest lessons from my story. 1. Never rush into a new relationship after a painful breakup. Jumping into another relationship before healing can lead to poor judgment. Emotional wounds can make someone choose the next person who simply feels different, not necessarily better. 2. Healing and self-reflection are necessary. Taking time alone helps you understand what went wrong, what you truly want, what you will no longer tolerate. Without this reflection, people often repeat the same mistakes in a different form. 3. Don't judge a partner based on only one quality. I chose Donald mainly because he allowed me to work, which was the opposite of my ex. But I ignored other important qualities like kindness, responsibility, generosity, and work ethic. 4. A relationship should not be one-sided. In a healthy relationship, both partners contribute emotionally, financially, and practically. When one person carries all the burden, it becomes exploitation rather than love. 5. Being different from my ex doesn't mean better. Donald looked better only because he was the opposite of Pitt, but in reality, he had his own serious flaws. 6. Love should never cost my health. I worked excessively, even while pregnant and with high blood pressure. A partner who truly loves me would care about my well-being and safety. 7. Pay attention to red flags early. Donald refused to work, lived lavishly on my money, pressured me to keep working despite medical risk. These were clear warning signs. 8. A partner should add value to my life. A good partner should bring support, encouragement, kindness, shared responsibility, not stress, exploitation, or emotional harm. 9. Self-worth matters. When someone knows their worth, they are less likely to tolerate toxic behavior or stay in harmful situations. 10. Learn from past relationships, but don't overcorrect. I tried to fix the problem from my first relationship, lack of freedom, but ignored other essential qualities. Learning from the past means looking at the full picture, not just one issue. Have you ever rushed into a relationship after a breakup and later regretted it? Share your experience and lessons in the comments so others can learn too. If this story touched your heart or opened your eyes, don't forget to like, subscribe, and share it so more people can learn from this experience.